as we were, we finished last hour talking about the Tom Brady roast, and we were wondering, all right, so when he does this roast, what is it going to look like, and who's going to be in attendance? And you had former Patriots players, you had some guys from the Bucs that were there, but you had Edelman, Gronk, Tom Brady's good buddies, his crew there. You had Kim Kardashian was there for some reason.
Everybody needs to get in on the exposure of it, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's a ton of exposure you could get doing that.
You had Belichick, who was there. He took a shot at Rob Gronkowski.
Imagine that after party.
Oh God! They were partying on stage and having a good time. Belichick was up there with Robert Kraft, and we played the sound, of the Robert Kraft toasting to Belichick or whatever. And Belichick made a joke about how, this is Tom Brady's roast, not to be confused with the roast that Apple TV did on our Dynasty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
got it. Yeah. You got that in there.
Yeah, huh? and because that's what it turned into, and that's why so many people were upset. And Robert Kraft, who is, Kraft LLC on the credits, that was his thing. And so him having to come out afterwards and then having to do a shot on stage with Belichick, he's really trying
to repair his image.
Yeah, because it's not.
And good for Tom Brady helping him. He gave him a platform for him to be able to try to help him.
Yeah.
Right? If you think about it, he gave Belichick an opportunity to have his moment. And good for Tom Brady.
And we kind of made this point last week. It is interesting to see how the tide has turned on Belichick to where now you're like, well, it's gone from Belichick's the guy who's the problem, who's the guy who's the issue in New England, to, well, if he doesn't work, or if he goes somewhere and has success, and Tom Brady goes somewhere and has success, the guy left there holding the bag is going to be Robert Kraft, because they're going to look at Robert Kraft and say, okay, well, maybe it's you who couldn't do it without those guys, and if they go and have success elsewhere. And that was sort of what Belichick had speculated with. So just from my eyes, I looked at it, and it didn't seem like Belichick was really in on the whole, let's be buddy-buddy with Robert Kraft again. Albert Breer's kind of laid that all out, and has talked about how those two guys were at odds, and their relationship started to deteriorate later on in the years in their run in New England, and they didn't really interact all that much. And so you wondered, would Robert Kraft show up? And he did. And then you wondered, was anybody going to go there with Robert Kraft? Was anybody going to make the joke? And somebody made the joke, and it was Jeffrey Ross, who's the roast master of roast masters. So let's take a listen to Jeffrey Ross, a little shout out and a tribute to our old good buddy Bobby Orchids, who was there on stage at the Tom Brady roast on Netflix.
He said, "I'm the best decision your organization has ever made." Would you like a massage?
Oh, no.
I love Robert Kraft. Okay.
Tom Brady came up to him after Jeffrey Ross said, I told Tom Brady, you're the best decision I've ever made. Would you like a massage?
Dang.
And Tom Brady came up to Jeffrey Ross and said, don't say that S again. So
Dang.
Of all the jokes you could make in a roast where everybody got it, the massage joke was the one that triggered Brady the most?
There must be one. There must be a reason.
I mean, what
I don't know, but there must be a reason.
Think of all the jokes.
There must be a reason, bro. You got to think, when you do things like that, when you do shows like this, there is 100% an agenda for doing the show. For Tom Brady, for whoever's involved, there is a 100% consensus agenda for doing the show. So regardless of anything else, you have to stay within the parameters of what this agenda is. If you take it out of the parameters, I don't care how funny it is, I don't care what you think it is, you can't do it. You gotta what's wrong with you, man?
Bow and arrow.
Okay, orchids.
Bow and arrow at 8 after the hour.
Look. You don't need no bow or no arrow, Lee. And the way you was holding it, you 100% are shooting the wrong person, if at all, with the arrow, by the way. Like, and the fact that you can mess it up with an air bow and arrow tells me everything I need to know. You got to stay within the parameters of what the agenda is, and clearly that was not a part of what they wanted the agenda to be, connected to.
See, I was kind of thinking this. Jeffrey Ross is a comedian. He does these, and if anybody's ever seen like the celebrity roast, it is some of the most offensive. That's why material.
It's a roast.
Yeah, and it's
meant to be as offensive as you can possibly be.
Look, if anybody wants to know what a roast is like, just YouTube Greg Giraldo and some of the jokes he made to Warren Sapp, to Pamela Anderson, to like all those jokes that are out there. And yeah, Greg Giraldo passed. I don't know why Lee's so thrilled with it, but he did pass away. But he was one of the great roasters. And if you turn on like at David Hasselhoff's roast, like people are getting annihilated, like not drunk, annihilated, and you're going as personal as you can get. And I wonder if Jeffrey Ross, who comes from that culture, probably knew what the parameters were. But I wonder if while he's doing this and putting it together, he's like, so wait a second, I'm a comedian, and I've got these guys trying to tell me and dictate the one joke in one place I can't go as a comedian at a roast, and probably thought, yeah, I'll try and squeeze this one in. I'll get this one in, subtle jab, nice little, you are the best decision I ever made, pause. Would you like a massage?
That's really good.
And Brady, you can see Brady look over at Robert Kraft, who was sitting over to the other side of the stage, and I just wonder what Robert Kraft's expression was or what his reaction was, because Belichick thought it was hilarious. Everybody else thought it was hilarious except for Tom Brady. He was not happy about it.
You got to assume that part of Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft being there was just certain things that and that probably was one of on the list of don't do's, and he did it anyway.
Would you like
Best decision he made, huh? What was that, Orchids of Asia? Dang. It's cold-blooded.
Hey,
so
man,
there was a better player in there than Tom Brady, huh?
It's a roast.
A better facilitator than a better play caller than Bill Belichick,
Right, like
a better receiver than I must just stop
it's a roast, man. Like this is what happens. You sign up for these things, and if you are sensitive or there's something in your past you don't want brought up, I can assure you this. Let's clear this up. Deshaun Watson will never have a roast. Okay, like can we just go ahead and make that clear? Like that'll
be the greatest roast in the history of all time.
Everybody would sign up for it.
That'd be the easiest one.
Easiest material on the planet.
Easy material.
Yeah. So that is what went down on Netflix on Tom Brady's roast, and hey. Probably some hurt feelings, but a lot of cocktails afterwards and a lot of fun to be had. And if you were wondering whether or not it was going to go soft or PG, definitely was not. We've tried to play as much of it that we possibly can without getting fired. But, fun stuff.
I'm not in it. If y'all mess up and play the wrong soundbite, I had nothing to do with it.
I didn't do it.
If y'all all up out of here, I'm going to still come back. I'm going to make it through the Holocaust.
Too.
Yeah. The radio
yeah.
one, by the way. Oh my gosh! You go and dump that? A nuclear? Hello? You go and just hit it. Listen. My words are my words.
Okay,
man. That was not a bad one,
okay,
but but no, you know what? Safer than sorry.
Yeah, I got you.
Now that I'm really thinking about it, because I didn't put nuclear or comedic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, it's a roast, man.
Yeah.
Bad stuff
and
happens.
I just roasted, and I might have got roasted just now. Okay. All right.
Bad stuff happens at roasts.
All right.
It's not safe.
Can people hear us now?
Yeah.
Are we back on?
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Yeah, we're good.